Welcome to Odisha State Open University Management Department. I am Kishore Chandra Padhi. Subject is factors affecting entrepreneurship in India. Entrepreneurship is basically small business and small industry. Even in USA, small ventures account for 60% of economic growth. In United Kingdom, Wilson Committee and others have found out high profitability in small ventures. In India, in 30 years, the number of small scale units has increased from 16,000 to 40 lakhs. This is the scale of expansion of entrepreneurship in free independent India, and it is growing in many directions, in such directions as IT, biotechnology, new avenues of opportunity. Which factors have helped growth of entrepreneurship in India? First factor is government has established DIC, District Industries Center, single window system for collecting raw material, for arranging machineries, for helping in technology, for promoting export. All these are possible in one organization known as District Industries Center. There have been several other institutions which have been established by both government and state. Examples are Industrial Development Bank of India, Indian and state financial corporations. The biggest benefit is availability of credit. The first major step was taken when Imperial Bank of India was nationalized into State Bank of India. Then 20 major banks, commercial banks, were nationalized. This gave an impetus to priority sector, which includes small industry and small business. Numerous committees have been appointed to help industries. Tandon Committee, Chore Committee, Khusru Panel, Nayak Committee, all these committees facilitated flow of loan to this small sector. Nayak Committee went to the extent of saying that if your turnover is this, then you are to get this much of credit. This is simplified entire credit arrangement. Credit is now no longer personal, it is determined by objective factors. Therefore, credit has been facilitated. Numerous agencies have been set up to get machines, to provide technical consultancy. For example, NSIC, National Small Industries Corporation, gives a number of help to small scale industries by finding out raw materials, domestic and international, arranging the source, getting machinery from indigenous and international sources, arranging for export, helping in export. The financial corporations in the state have also been rendering help under a single roof. Banks and financial corporations now say that you don't have to go here and there, you get both working capital and term loan. Working capital for day-to-day management and term loan for purchase of machinery and long-term development or medium-term development. Now, under one roof, you get all credit facilities, you get institutional assistance. Further, if you are export oriented, then there are number of export councils, Indian Institute of Foreign Trade giving you training, Exim Bank giving you assistance both in import and export, numerous agencies for helping export of tea, coffee, leather, handicrafts, all specialized agencies helping in those areas where we export goods to other countries. So, we have given two things. One is single roof system for helping the entrepreneurs. Second, credit assistance for small scale units. Third, government has changed the definition of micro, small and medium industries. A small industry in manufacturing will have 5 crores investment in plant and machinery at the maximum. If it is working in service sector, then it will be 2 crores. This definition has helped small scale industrial units, small business units to get flow of credit. But there are problems. In 1991, government initiated liberalization, privatization and globalization, which is known as LPG. Liberalization means you liberalize rules, anybody can set up industry, no license is required, no permit is required. When license and permit was available, you have problems in setting up, but after that you do not have any problem because you know your market, you know your customer, you know your export. There was virtually no competition or less competition. In 1991, liberalization took place. That means anybody can set up industry. No license is required. All sectors were made open. Even foreign investment was made possible. You got money, but you also suffered from international competition. Internationally, things are available at competitive prices. Our small ventures have to compete them price wise. The latest in our series is problem of Chinese goods. In China, price mechanism does not work. It is a communist rule. Therefore, labor cost is kept deliberately low. When it is kept so low, it is very difficult to compete, more so for a democratic country like India. Our wage rates are low, but we are a free country, there is union, there is constitution, there is judiciary, there cannot be indiscriminate hire and fire system. In China it is different. Therefore, they sell goods at very low rate. Second problem is intellectual rights. Previously, copyright, patent, regulations were there, but now you have this enforcement is tough, and because we are part of World Trade Organization known as WTO, we have to implement it faithfully. You cannot have imitation of foreign goods, technology, service without acknowledgement, without proper payment of royalty and other fees. This is a tough problem. And our investment in research and development is low. Therefore, new innovations take time. Third, we are not able to quickly expand our capacity because of various constraints. There is labor constraint, there is transport constraint, there is power constraint. Therefore, when the going is good, we cannot expand production to that extent to take advantage, because there are problems on supply side. Even if there is a demand, we cannot match. After some other countries join, the pie becomes smaller our share becomes smaller. We would have otherwise got advantage of a pioneer, we would have got the entire market. But because we are unable to expand our production because of supply side problems, we are unable to take advantage which would have turned into a profitable venture. Fourth, we have good in software, but we are not that good in manufacturing. China has made it manufacturing the primary key to growth. As I told you, they have that advantage of labor cost. Labor cost which is deliberately kept low. We have low labor cost compared to European countries, compared to some other Asian countries, but it is not that low. Further, doing business in India is dilatory. World Bank survey always points out India at the bottom among the 150 nations, because we cannot start a business quickly, we cannot close a business quickly, we have many other constraints. Unless these constraints are removed as a follow-up of economic reform measure, entrepreneurship cannot get a kickstart. To sum up, we have discussed the facilitating factors which promote entrepreneurship, the availability of single roof, single window, the organization of credit, creation of different institutions to help industries and business venture. There have been constraints. The constraints are tough competition internationally, competition particularly from the Chinese, which has become tough because of its low labor cost, kept low deliberately by the government. Then thirdly, our supply capabilities are low and we are not in a position to expand production because of infrastructural problems, problems of transport, problems of power, problems of supply, and therefore, we are unable to take advantage of our expertise, our technical skill, our low cost of labor compared to European and American countries, because our supply constraints are restricting entrepreneurship growth.